Hello, I'm FGX and this is Seeds Sunday, the sometimes weekly series I run on my channel where I show you Seeds Minecraft Console Edition, which are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And something I like to do for the festive events, and what we're going to be doing for this Christmas, is we're going to be checking out seeds with a little bit of a Christmas theme to them. And yeah, we're going to be going through some Christmas themed seeds, doing a live Seeds Sunday thing. I think it's a lot of fun because we get to do this like live showing and checking out the world together. I think it's a lot of fun, and I know a lot of you did enjoy the past one, so that's what we're doing today. And hopefully we find a nice Christmas seed, because bear in mind the TU60 update actually introduced some brand new Christmas style features, so we're going to keep on searching seeds until we find one of them that's also Christmassy themed. So as always, all the seeds that we do show off today, or maybe we'll get one on this first seed, but we'll be showing off seeds that are classic and small. Always type in those same things, and let's get straight into it with our very first seed, shall we? So turn off weather cycle and let's go straight into just Christmas. That's all we're typing in because that's a good first attempt, right? Like just what's the most Christmassy seed you can think of, and that seed would have to be Christmas, right? So yeah, we're going to get straight into this, and we're going to start by, I guess, by you know, like checking out the spawn area. That's the very first thing. A part of me wants to believe that because it's Christmas, we'll just have snow everywhere. It'll be the perfect Christmas seed. But knowing that, you know, the worlds don't have anything to do with how the world generates, it could just end up being that, like, it's the worst seed ever. I hope that's not the case, but let's let's see how it does go, though. So, as you can see, the spawn is pretty interesting because it's on a plains, like, mountain. We'll make a beacon because it's always good to know where your spawn is. This is what I do every single time, usually out of gold, but let's mix things up today. And then let's throw the map in our left hand so you can always see coordinates in case you see something that you like or that I don't necessarily like or whatever. But yeah, as you can see, we got a swamp to the south, which is, I mean, you can find slimes there in certain times, so that's got some value. There's a little bit of a plains to the north, but there's not really too much here. Again, I'm not a big fan of the spawn, but there is a nice mountain over here that maybe, you know, it goes pretty high, and it does have snow on it, so that's the closest thing we've got to Christmas so far. But no, let's keep going until we find something with a little bit of a Christmas twang to it, because that's what we're going for today. We want a Christmas seed, again, either for creative or for survival. So just kind of answer the big question of, like, Toycat, why are you doing a live Seed Sunday this week instead of number one? The truth is I think there are just enough seeds out there now. I've uploaded so many Seed Sundays, and people love a lot of the old classic big seeds, but the truth is like nowadays, a lot of people, you know, like, since there hasn't been New World Generation, except this last update for a while, a lot of people are kind of like happy with how things are right now, and they like the mixed up live Seed Sunday. A lot of people really like the last one, and that's why I figured, like, given that I have a lot of fun doing these, like, live Seed Sunday where I get show off, like, look, a mega wooden, actually, yeah, it's not even just a wooden mansion, it's a wooden mansion with, like, just as much height in the base, so you could, like, hide in here if you want to. That's a pretty cool little feat for a seed. It's not Christmassy, we're not going for it, but still kind of nice. And maybe if we're lucky, it has one of these obsidian rooms. Again, I always, like, secretly hope we can find those. By the way, this is done on Xbox One. Sometimes the rooms vary, but you should get, there we go, look at that. We got ourselves a diamond block in a bunch of obsidian, so that's kind of nice. Maybe we get the other rare obsidian room too. Is that too much to ask? It might be too much to ask, but you know, just because something's too much to ask, it doesn't mean you shouldn't. Actually, you know, that's wrong. If something's too much to ask, don't ask for it. Like, never go to the store and when they're like, can I get you something with that? If, you know, they're like, you know, if you just order a burger or something, don't ask for, like, oh yeah, what I'd really like is the ability to fly, because you're not going to get that with your meal for free. Pro tip with Toycat. But no, moving on from that, we're going to go past this pretty interesting, like, combination of, like, rivers into, again, it's like a different biome on every side of the river. It's like birch forest, extreme hills, then a bit of plains, and then a bit of regular forest, then some plains. You know, like, the river's got a decent bit of variety to it, but then it, oh, look at that, 2 wooden mansions. So again, this might just end up being another great wooden mansion seed. I mean, I wouldn't hate that. I wouldn't be too against that. Look at me, I'm inside the mansion now. But yeah, as far as, like, what is going on with this seed, looks like mostly it's a wooden mansion fest. No snow except on mountains yet either. So it's not looking like the most Christmassy seed, but it is, oh, wait. No, okay, so another thing we want is the new villages, like snow and new villages. They'll make us happy. And this isn't a new village, but it's the same style as the new villages. It just has crops involved. So this is like the retro version of the new feature, which makes no sense. It's kind of contradictory. But it's still pretty cool, right? Then over here, we've got maybe an ocean monument. Nope, we just got some squids. I like to do the corners of the map first. So as you can see, we've got this huge ocean here. Pretty much nothing going on here. Just water you can check out, which is nice if you... Oh, look at this. We have the smallest mushroom biome you have ever seen. So this is the most amazing thing, actually. I've never seen a mushroom biome this small inside. Look at the size of this thing. This is this is hilariously small, actually. And then also, we got a pretty decent jungle going on over here. And I like this jungle because, you know, I guess, I don't know why I like this jungle. I was going to make up a reason on the spot, but it's like, you know, actually, I like that it's, like, in the corner of the world, so if you don't like jungles, you can ignore it. I like that it has a jungle temple in here. That's kind of nice, right? But yeah, as far as, like, mostly what's going on here, I don't have many thoughts in it. So, yeah, moving on from that, we're going to go back to the spawn, and we're going to check out the center area. Maybe that's where all the snow is hiding, you know? Like, there's just no snow around these outsides here, but maybe in the very center, that's where they keep some of their snow. So, yeah, checking out that right now. I'm seeing that there's a bunch of, you know, I'm seeing, like, if you hear my phone calling, don't worry about it. Seed Sunday is more important than any phone call. So, yeah, I'm seeing the center here. It has snow. I mean, I wasn't wrong when I guessed that there'd be some here. But you can see how it's kind of a bit disappointing as far as, like, it's just a bit of snow on some mountains. You can also see how there's, like, some, you know, there's tiger here, but it's not snowy tiger. There's a village over there. We'll get to it in a second. And then also over here, just so we can finish up the map, we got more tiger. So, to kind of conclude this seed, it's kind of disappointing. Like, I'd recommend you check it out if you really just want 2 villages and 2 mansions. But literally besides this, and I guess actually the jungle temple, it's pretty cool actually for that reason. Like, again, it's got an interesting mixture. You usually don't see stuff like this. But as far as, like, would I recommend it? No, I think we can find better. So we're going to exit without saving, and we're going to try a different seed now. So, again, that's part of the live Seed Sunday process. We'll try a bunch of seeds. Maybe you like the ones we try until we find the perfect one. But I want to find a seed that I can wholeheartedly recommend for your Christmas needs. So again, classic. Turn on host privileges, turn that off, get all this stuff good, and now let's try a different seed. So how can we improve Christmas? I think if we make it oh, Toy Catmas, there we go. So if instead of calling it Christmas, we call it Toy Catmas, you know, it's if you put a bit more Toy Cat in your Christmas, I think that might just be the solution to this problem. I mean, maybe it gets worse because, like, you know, now this is just offensive, but there's a chance because if you noticed, all my Seed Sunday seeds, they usually have the same idea of, like, why don't we, you know, just add Toy Cat and then something else. That's because I like to, like, prove that I did in fact find the seed myself, and it actually results in good seeds. I mean, I don't know if that's proven or not, but it seems like, you know, the quality of Toy Cat seeds, because of the selection bias, is a bit higher. So logically speaking, this will be the best seed we've ever seen. It's going to have, like, 15,000 tiger villages, and it's going to have snow at spawn. Nah, it's near spawn, I mean. Okay, so let's give this a look then, shall we? So let's build ourselves our beacon first of all, mark the spawn down. It's not looking good, like, you know, like what's this? Like a forest spawn usually isn't what you're going for, but if we look around a little bit more than that, so put this on offhand, and then let's go give it a look around, you can see how there is, in fact, oh, there's a fallen tree at spawn. You don't see fallen trees that often. That's nice. That's new update material. We've got a dead tree here, just like connected to that, or not dead, but something type of tree. And also, yeah, we got a nice forest here where you can find probably like the odd dying tree or vine tree, or they're the same thing apparently around here, so that's interesting, but it's kind of actually quite dead. Like, it's not looking great so far, but we do have, guess what, it's the most Christmassy biome of them all. It's the snow tiger biome. So yeah, I like that the snow tiger extends right here into the roof forest. It's a bit of a weird glitch, but it looks like the biome extends way past where it's meant to, so you get like some roof forest tiger, which is, I mean, it's interesting to say the least. Like, it's not something you get every day. And then here is the snow tiger, which, as you can see, it looks like it's a mega snow tiger. This is a small size biome, but apparently it just includes everything, including, guess what, new feature, it's a tiger village, or snow plains village, whatever they're actually called in this version. As you can see, it's a mega village. Oh, it's a village on the ice. I don't know if this is meant to exist, but guess what? We have a village on the ice itself. Yeah, I don't know if this is, like, normally able to exist in the regular game, but that's crazy. I've never seen an ice village before. Guess what? We found one right now. Toy Catmas has come early. I know it's like a day till Toy Catmas, but you know what? Officially, the 24th December, now that's Toy Catmas. It's not Christmas Eve, it's Toy Catmas. We've decided that. That is just the fact. And that's pretty cool stuff, because look at this. It's the miracle of Toy Catmas Eve. I mean, or is this just Toy... You know, whatever. Just my point being is look at this. Like, it's ice on the floor. Okay, so let's focus on what else it has going, because maybe there's like diamonds in here. Should we? Oh, there's no diamonds in here. There's bread and there's apples. So yeah, pretty good stuff. Like, amazing ice village. You do not see this very often. You do not see this really at all. I don't know if this is even meant to happen, but we have a new ice plains village, and because it is, oh, I just realized, because it's a one of these types of villages, there's no crops outside. Instead, their crops are all found inside the house. So there's a second chest, and this chest is filled with carrots and wheat. Don't you all love carrots and wheat? You should love carrots and wheat. So yeah, looking around besides that, head into the... Oh my god, look at this. So just to the north of the crazy, like, glitched ice village, we have a igloo floating above a non-cold biome. As you can see, the biome stops here and then goes to nothingness here. And also, because it has no basement, it's not connected to the ground anyway. It's just an entirely floating igloo. That's pretty cool, actually, if you ask me. That's a really cool little thing. So yeah, random floating igloo. I don't know what to do with it, like redstone torch, furnace. Like it's interesting, and maybe you could rush here and just use their furnace. But that's a fascinating, cool little thing. So I like that quite a bit. There's a cave next to it as well if you want to go mining to get the ores to put inside it. Then if we head further to the north from here, you can see how there is in fact a bunch of ice going on here. So icy, 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 snowy, snowy, snowy. Ice river going in between the two, actually. Actually, in fact, I think, like, that's a second ice river over here, because it's just a huge lake. I didn't realize, but this is the weirdest terrain I've seen for an ice biome. Maybe this is new, maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a weird glitch for this one seed, but it looks pretty great. And also, oh, look at this over here. We have a little island, but the entire island is a lava lake, surrounded by ice, surrounded by... Okay, this is the beauty of nature in Minecraft. So, given on the fact that that's, like, seems to be the end of the snow biome, I'm going to quickly check out all the angles. But it seems like it ends here. So there's Toycatmus. All you have to do is head a little bit to the west of the spawn, and then you get all of this. And even if there's nothing else on the seed, I'm pretty happy with this now. Oh, but there's more else on the seed. Let me tell you, there is in fact a second village over here. It's another type of these new villages. You can tell because there's no crops. However, they don't have a house to put them all in, so all the villagers are just going to starve in this one. But still, second village with starving villagers and pumpkins with snow on the top. Isn't that what you want in the world? And if you break the pumpkins, the snow won't fall down. But yeah, so that's pretty fascinating by itself, I think. Like, I really love the two villages in one, and you know, that's pretty good. You got both the types. You got a snow village on a plains. You got a snow village on an ice plains too. Pretty nutty stuff. But if we head even further to the north than that, we're gonna find, guess what? It's just a corner with nothing in it. You know, perfect freedom corner, if you will. This is Toycat being the real estate agent of the seed world right here. But then, yeah, if we follow the north a bit more, I'm hoping we can actually find something more interesting besides just like, oh, here's some flat biomes again. And it looks like the world is delivering because we have this biome. It's a woodland, roof forest biome, which is just raised up above the rest for no perceivably good reason. We got like some extreme hills over here with some weird wispy. Like, this looks like a dolphin that's, like, carved into the hill. Do you see it? Do you not see it? Okay, look, it looks like it to me, maybe. Then we've got this plains biome over here, where, again, it's surrounded by walls on all sides, which I think that's interesting. I think, like, if you were going to start a base, here is, like, a really interesting place to do so, especially in survival. And then also, I mean, really, why would you need a base in not survival? People do it all the time, but I don't get it personally. But, yeah, then if we head further to the south than that, we head along some more taiga, some more extreme hills, some even more extreme hills where it gets really crazy, actually. Like, what the heck? Like, this is about normal. This is a little bit less than normal. And then this is just like, what has happened here, right? Like, oh, Jesus, it gets weirder. Okay, and then there's this over here. Okay, that's nice. There's a wolf up there if you can go all the way up there to get him. So yeah, this is just a destroyed mountain. It looks like someone just went in there with a pickaxe and some TNT. This is a much nicer looking mountain. That looks like a face right there. Do you see it, or am I just going crazy at this? So, yeah, looking around the rest of the map, you can see how it's just a lot of high up places, a lot of weird hilly stuff. Something about the seed must have a lot more noise when it comes to the height of it. Or, again, I'm not certain on why, but that's kind of cool. And then also near the spawn, you'll notice how there is a witch's hut pretty close by to another village. So, of course, it's the old school village, and it only has 2 nitwits in it, it seems. At least for me. Again, that generates differently, because they're mobs. But still, we have a witch's hut next to some nitwits. I feel like there's... Oh, no, but we don't really have a witch's hut, because there's, like, tree taking up most of the space. Yeah, I'm sad about that. I'd be pretty sad about that, too, Mr. Witch. Mrs. Witch. I guess they're all females. It makes sense, but it seems a bit weird, right? But yeah, heading further north than even that, we have a swamp biome, again, kind of air. We have some more forest. So we found 3 villages now, by the way, as well as the witch's hut. So we're doing pretty well, and as well as the flowing igloo. We're doing pretty well as far as Christmassy stuff is going, because what's more Christmassy than casting a spell on people you know? So one more thing we should do now is go and find the Stronghold. I feel like this is always a good place to check after you've checked out the overworld. Like, it doesn't take long to check this out, but a thing that I recommend afterwards is to check out your Stronghold straight away, or at least if you're doing seed videos like me. So a thing I recommend myself is to go find the Stronghold, which apparently is right in the center, like -14, -9. It's absurdly close to the center of the world, but let's see what it has to offer before we go praising it too much. So as you can see, it is... Oh, it looks like it's nothingness, actually. I think we must have missed the Stronghold. Oh, no, okay. As you can see, it's a Stronghold in a ravine, my favorite type of Stronghold. The fascinating thing about this Stronghold is that it seems to have like multiple buildings on each side of the ravine, and also there's a chest over here which, oh, and it contains one of the secret features in this update. There are now emeralds found inside Stronghold chests and a few other types of chests, but yeah, emeralds are now one of the loot you can find in Stronghold chests, not in village chests as far as I can tell though. That's a cool little secret though. Look, emeralds inside the thing. So yeah, looking around the rest of it, you can see how it's a pretty you know, like big ravine you can see here, and yeah, I don't know, like it's crazy seeing that it's just a big room connected between the two ravines. Look at this, like, I guess not above nothingness, but above next to nothingness. Like, the Stronghold is floating between two huge ravines here. I think that's strange, right? I think we can all agree that's not normal. Oh, that's not even the Stronghold, sorry. I mean the end portal room. Actually, does that mean there's an end portal room entirely separated from the rest of this? It does. Okay, so there's an end portal room just entirely separated from the rest of the Stronghold by two ravines. That's even more crazy. So this goes pretty high up too. We should drink a night vision potion before we go further. But yeah, that's okay. So this is beyond belief. This is like crazy on another level. And then if you look around the Stronghold, there's like random rooms as you dig through various directions, and they're all connected to the Stronghold. Okay, only over there, only on this side it seems. But still, the fact that there's so many rooms connected in these random different ways, that's kind of strange when you think about it. That's like, oh, and then there's some emerald ore. Perfect. So we don't find more Stronghold here, but we found an emerald ore. We found some gold ore. It's a good Stronghold to go through for stuff. Because also, look how low this ravine goes. This ravine goes to like Y12. Oh, look, more emeralds. It goes to like Y12, and because it's an extreme hill biome, I guess we'll keep on finding emeralds. Probably. I mean, that's statistically how that tends to work. But yeah, that's pretty nuts, really, when you think about that. Just how much is going on with this Stronghold in terms of like, it's floating doors, it's disconnected stuff, it's two ravines cutting through a Stronghold. You know how I always like Stronghold ravines? This is my favorite thing, but times two. The end portal is like split between two ravines, and honestly, this ravine is kind of cool by itself. Like just two ravines like this, pretty fascinating to see, but seeing two ravines cutting through the same Stronghold, now that's even cooler. So as you can see, that's why you need to check out your Strongholds every time you go in there. And yeah, I think actually that takes the seed up from being like pretty good for the surface stuff to a pretty good overall survival seed. If you want a unique Stronghold experience, oh look, floating stuff, then this seed is probably going to give that to you. If you want to have the craziest experience with like an ice village plus a floating igloo, and not like floating igloo where like, oh yeah, there's something connected to the ground. This igloo is like purely floating. Usually all the seeds I've shown off before, they've all had this, what's it called, like a basement on them, you know, where there's like, it's Stronghold bricks, that's why I'm calling it a Stronghold, but, you know, there's nothing going below it, it's just like, guess what, it's just a floating igloo, and that's cool enough by itself, but what makes it way cooler, in my opinion, is the fact that you get this nearby, and there's just something so Christmassy and festive about this village in itself, that makes me personally really want to, like, just live here, you know, just for Christmas. But yeah, there you go, hope you all enjoyed this week's Seed Sunday. We found the most Christmassy seed at all, and, I hope you all enjoyed Toy Catmas. And also, you know, actually, since today is the last day of Streammas, I hope you all enjoyed that too. I've had a lot of fun streaming every day this December, honestly. Like, again, at the start of December, I was scared of, like, doing a stream every day. But it's been one of the more fun things I've done. I'm glad a lot of you have come to see the streams and the live stuff. All the people who have come along, like, I feel like we've made a personal bond in some way. And thank you to everyone who either watches the videos or watches the live streams too, because you've made this year as great as one could ever expect. And hopefully 2018 is great for all of us. I mean, you, but also me, but also you, but then also me, you know, like, I'd like it to be great. So thank you very much for watching this video. I don't know where we're going with this. I hope you all enjoyed it, because I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!